Today we're going to do some pork ribs. We're going to do them Kansas style with our Kansas kick. So I've already taken off the membrane, if you can see on this side. So I've pulled the membrane off, just need to get under there with a knife and pull the whole thing off. And I've trimmed down some of the excess meat. So what I'm going to do is use a binder today with a mustard. I like to use the mild American mustard for a binder. Just rub that through and then grab the Kansas kick and give it a good coating of that. All right, so I've got the Weber ready. I've just set it up for indirect cooking. Just throw the rest of that rub on top. Don't want to waste it. All right, and then I've got 2 pieces of oak here. So I find oak is very good for most things, so I use it quite a lot. Here we go. We'll let that smoke for about 2 to 3 hours. All right, so we've just taken the pork ribs off the Weber. They've had about 2.5 to 3 hours worth of time on the Weber with the smoke, and I'm just about to wrap them up. So all I'm going to be using today to wrap them is some butter, brown sugar and honey. So all we want to do is put the brown sugar down on the elf oil, just cubes, a few on this one. Bit of brown sugar. You don't need to put too much brown sugar and honey. It's just going to add with the sweetness. So if you've used a sweet rub, you don't have to put too much. Right, and then we'll take the ribs, put them down on top of the butter and sugar and honey, and then we're going to repeat the same thing. So just some butter on top. You don't have to put too much on top. Finally, just a drizzle of honey again. There we go. So what we'll do now is we'll wrap these and we'll put them in the, we're going to use the pizza oven to cook these further. We're going to wrap them and put them in the pizza oven at about 250 Fahrenheit and just let them cook for about two hours. And we'll come back and check them in about 2 hours. So we've put the ribs in the oven and we're just going to switch over to Brad while he makes us a nice barbecue sauce.
Okay, so now we're going to make some sauce for our pork ribs. First thing we've got here is some barbecue sauce. We've got some melted butter. I've already put that one in the microwave. And we're just going to use our Kansas kick today. So the first thing I'm going to do, just pour the melted butter in, like so. Very, very generous serving of the barbecue sauce. A very generous serving. I'm going to use the whole bottle. And some of our Kansas kick. And just give it a nice mix. Just to really mix all the butter, sauce, and rub in, just like that. And then we're going to use this sauce on the pork ribs later, and it will come up really nicely.
All right, so the ribs have now been in the oven for a good 2 to 2.5 hours. We've got our barbecue sauce ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ribs out. We're going to put a nice basting of the barbecue sauce in, and we're going to put it back on the Weber for another hour. So let's have a look at these ribs. So if you have a look inside there, you'll see that they're perfect. They're ready for going on the barbecue. They're actually, the meat's just starting to pull away from the bones there, so it's showing that it's nice and tender. So we'll take these out. It's perfect. So just grab our brush. I'm just going to give it a nice coating of this barbecue sauce. And once we put it on the barbecue, we'll coat the other side. All right, so we're going to put the ribs on the barbecue now. You can see they're already starting to break. It means they're extremely tender, and so they won't need long on the barbecue. All right, so we'll just baste the top, okay? And we'll just cover these, at about 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll just leave it for about 30 minutes and they should be ready. So we're at the end of our cook now with the pork ribs. We've had them on in the Weber, just charring with the basting on. And what we're gonna do now is just take them off and get them ready to eat. Those look really good. You can see the nice color on them. They've got a bit of good bark on them. And you can see the meat really falling away. So definitely ready to come off. There you have it, finished product. Pork ribs with a Kansas kick.